should be up and good to go, it looks like. It'll be a little quiet because I'm in the pause screen, but everything should be set up nice and well. Let me just go ahead and set the alert out. There we go. Alright, so when we last left off, we had gotten all of the masks that we needed. And we got all the heart pieces that we could possibly have gotten in Termina. I went ahead and got us stocked up. I don't know how many of these we're actually going to need, but I pulled some of my money out, about 2,000, and got everything, because, well, Link's not going to have any use for it. And we are very much prepared for what's to come. The question is, are you ready to see what happens when we deal with Skull Kid? Also, this is going to play out exactly like it did when we came here in the end of the first cycle. That's the reason I've never done this before, especially because there's no point to coming up here before you have all the four giants done. I think Toddle says something different, but I'm not sure. Okay. So whenever you come up here, no matter what you were at before, you have 5 minutes to deal with this. And the only way to deal with this is to play the Oath to Order and call the Giants. So hey, apparently Maverick was right. You don't have to beat the bosses to free them again. They're freed the first time you do it. So that means even more that if you manage to finish a boss, you have gotten a permanent checkpoint. Also, it's surprisingly light for being midnight. I think that happened in the actual game as well. I don't really recall. One from the mountain? One from... So this was one from the mountain. That one's from the canyon, I believe. I think this one is from the sea. Yeah, I can see Great Bay. No, here's the canyons. The first one was a swamp. I think they come in the order that Tail told you about it. They're being very, very careful not to step on anything important, which I appreciate. But I feel like you'd have an easier time if you got a little closer to Clocktown, guys. Now, if you do this when you have any number less than 4, this cutscene will still play. The ones that you have released will not show up. And when it cuts back to Link, Toddle will say that it's no use. They can't stop the moon. It's too strong. And you will be prompted to use the Song of Time to go back to Dawn of the First Day. It's not a very interesting cutscene, and it's only like an extra 5 or 6 lines of dialogue, so that's why I haven't bothered showing it. Also, they're not actually touching the moon. They're just sort of hovering their hands near it. And the moon is now stopped. Hooray! We have saved Termina. I'm sure that's all we needed to do, and that's everything happy, and everybody is perfectly good to go. Aww. Look at the cute little fairies. I'll see, apparently the reason he basically had a fit was because they were calling out to him. So are you ready to see why the Giants told us to actually forgive him, despite all of this crap he's done? Yeah, Skull Kid kinda got problems with that mask. But it's worse than Tile is making it sound. Oh, well, who is this? Tuttle? Yeah, the mask is sapient! So yeah, this is why Skull Kid did such horrible things. Majora's Mask actually possessed him. Also, hello again, Crunchy. Yeah, this is why the Giant said to forgive him, is because while Skull Kid is mischievous, he's not actually, like, super harmful. He was not acting under his own will, doing all of this horrible stuff. We are going into the moon, yep. Also, now its horrifying mouth is open. And the Giants are straining to hold it. Song of Time won't help, Tuttle! The same thing will happen no matter what we do. We have to change something before resetting time will work. So don't really blame Toddle here for not wanting to go in. This is kind of a mad idea. I still like Tail way more. I kind of wish we had him instead of Toddle during the game, but what you gonna do? And here's why you've been hearing me say we've got everything in Termina. 'Cause guess what? We're not in Termina anymore. Now, where exactly we are, I'm not entirely certain. We're supposedly inside the moon, but the game is never really clear what this place actually is. And there's a couple of things that are going to muddle it even further. First and foremost, you notice something familiar right there. It seems this kid is wearing Majora's Mask and he's sitting there. Now, I believe if you talk to him, you will immediately go into the final boss fight. I don't quite remember. But you might also notice there's some kids around here with interesting looking masks. You might even recognize these masks. Or you should. Because if you look carefully, they're the masks I have in my inventory of the 4 bosses. No. Now, what we need to do is we need to talk to the kid. The kids are all very strangely passive. And they ask you to give them masks. You have to give, I believe, 4 masks to each kid. And it doesn't matter what ones you give to them. You cannot give them the transformation masks from what I recall. So I'm steadily scooting backwards every time I do it. Every kid wants... Okay, it's not 4 per kid. Every kid wants a different amount of masks, but they will eventually take all of your masks in the end. But that's okay, we want to do that. Whatever this is, we'll figure it out. I don't actually know what any of these challenges are. Because, yeah, these are all challenge rooms. I believe I need to be Zora Link for this one. Your goal is to get to the end, and I believe get the heart piece. This one is the tunnel one. Oh, and I went the wrong way. If you go the wrong way, you get spat out here, and you can talk to this. My personal thing is you want to give the Mask of Truth at the absolute last. This and the Bunny Hood should be the last 2 that you actually give up. Or not. That's not really helpful right now, buddy. As far as I'm aware, you have an infinite amount of attempts at these. So it is right, right, and then left is the next one. Right, right, left. Gets me here. Oh, it might be randomized each time. I'm not sure. Maverick, can you give me a weigh in on this one? Let's try left first. Left, right, left. Or left, right, right. Also not correct. Yeah, give me the directions for this one, Maverick. I'm gonna try to puzzle it out myself, but we're gonna be here a while. So left, right, left, left. Oh, got pushed to the right. Oh, this is new. Oh, hey, we're done. All right. Oh yeah, they won't talk to you until you talk to them just straight up normal Link. I keep scooting backwards when I offer them the masks, and I'm not really sure why. And when you finish the kids challenge, you get dumped back here. So actually, maybe there is more than just the final boss if you talk to the Majora kid. It's been a really long time since I've gotten here, so I don't fully recall. But once you finish the kids challenge, you that kid vanishes. So there are only the 3 more boss kids around here. Well, see, this tree is the only thing that is actually here. There's not really much to it, though. Oh, so you see these kids are kind of weirdly blurry as well. So this one, I believe, this one wants 1, the second boss wants 2, the third boss wants 3, and the fourth boss wants 4. I'm not totally certain, but considering these are all themed challenges, I believe I'm on the right track. This, by the way, is why I bought all the potions, if you're wondering. Not so much for the final boss, but just getting to the final boss. Oh, there's a heart. Oh, I see. There's a heart piece in each of the kids' section. I think I missed the heart piece in the water section. Oops. Oh well. Luckily, since Deku Link has infinite hang time, I just need to get in a position where I can hit the flower. When you're under it, that won't hurt you. Fortunately, I don't believe I can actually go back into the sections if I've missed the heart piece, so that's a problem. I'm gonna have to change the title again. Oh well. Here, have the creepy frog mask. Also, do note these kids are asking very odd questions. Which is, a little uncomfortable to me sometimes, if you want me to be honest. Yeah, you do have a heart piece in each challenge, I realize that, but I didn't get the heart piece in the water tunnels. Because I didn't know where it was, and the water tunnel kit is now completely gone. So I can't actually get that heart piece, so I'm going to have to update the playlist description. But honestly, I don't really care all that much. Let's see. Yes, you are the Goron one. It's kind of weird that the kids have some kind of weird existential questions at the end, but here they all say the same thing. You should be the one that wants 2. Yeah, thought so. So this should be a Goron challenge. From the magic, it looks like I'm correct. This is gonna be a little bit, tricky. Especially if I fall like that. Please don't post spoilers, Crunchy. We've talked about this before. What is this? Let's see, does this take me back to start in case I accidentally stopped? Yeah. Alright, looks like this is going to be a full-on rolling course. this is going to be more than a little difficult. I wonder if I can cheap this out. I wonder if the game is actually going to let me do that. Most likely not, but I've got to try. Yeah. Oh, well, we've got to actually do this the proper way. We might be here for a little while, but there's a reason I made this its own stream. Anyways, yeah, since Crunchy already said it, you do get your masks back once you finish turning them all in, so don't feel too bad. Though to be fair, considering this is the final dungeon, you really shouldn't be that attached to your masks anyway. Oh, this is gonna suck. I honestly really don't like the Goron rolling. The swimming one wasn't too bad because it was mostly just trial and error to try to figure out where you're supposed to go rather than actually using the swimming controls, but this is terrible. Did I? I didn't realize I did. I'm gonna say right now, I'm not gonna spend like 4 hours trying this. If we go too long with me not being able to do it, I'm just gonna turn on the moon jump cheat and jump to the edge. I really don't want to do that, but... See, like, why did that just stop me instead of bouncing me around? It didn't really make a lot of sense. Oh yeah, I did talk about that, didn't I? Yeah, I'm... Why is hitting the chest stopping me dead? I don't really understand here. I hit this, I deflect. But I hit that and I... Stop? Though you might notice you're not actually taking damage by voiding out, which is, a nice thing they actually tried to do. If you let go of the joystick while rolling... What? What's while rolling? Oh, do you mean while rolling? Let's find out. Alright, joysticks let go of. Ha! Thank you for telling me that, Kermit. That's really neat. Except there. I think there is where I need to actually get control back, but that's alright. That's helpful, thank you. Up, 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 hit there. And here's where I actually need to get control back. Or rather, I need to take control back. Whoa, 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 whoa! Oh, so close. I can actually stop on those turns, it looks like, because it seems like there's enough room that I can build up rolling speed again. That was very, very helpful, though. Thank you. I did the Goron races. I can do this. Don't turn too sharply, but I can't turn too loosely either. Oh, come on. Oh! Missed it. Yeah, I like the swimming one, even if it's kind of trial and error or randomness or whatever it works. But I've never been a big fan of the Goron rolling. I really like the idea of it, but like with the shooting galleries, the game just doesn't control well enough. It honestly surprises me because the game is really, really tight in a lot of other control areas, like the combat in this game in Ocarina of Time is really good, and yet certain aspects like this just don't really control all that well. If it was only in Majora's Mask, I'd just chalk that up to its small development time, but the problem still exists in Ocarina of Time as well, which is really curious. But oh well. I mean, in the end, what game doesn't have something that controls badly? I don't think I've ever found a game that controls like really good the entire way through the game. There's always something that doesn't quite control right. If I let go... Ah-ha-ha-ha! Sweet! I'm still gonna collect these even though I missed the water tunnel one. I think the water tunnel one is actually like directly behind the kid. I don't think it's actually in the water tunnels. And now we go this way. Just let go. This put me back to the start. Okay. That's alright. Honestly, I'm still glad they did everything they did with Majora's Mask. The game's pretty fantastic all the way through. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Oh, off I go. We've done 3 of the trials, hon. Water 1, Deku 1, and now Goron 1. We missed the water one. Ooh, that was a little odd. That's okay. The Deku one was actually just fairly short, fun, and unobtrusive, so I'm not really surprised you don't remember it. Go to the control stick. There we go. We're arranged a bit better now. Boing. 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 I always get nervous when I catch the lip of that one chest. Nope, there I go. I might go ahead and save state once I get to the heart piece platform again. Oh god. Oh no! There I go again. Oh, did you? Yeah, the Deku one was short, to the point, and fun. I mean, this is technically fun too, just not as fun. Dunno. I'm not starting anything new after Majora's Mask until I finish the backlog of stuff that I have that's unfinished, but I'm not really sure what I'm going to be going into after this. Really just depends on what I feel like. Oh, nope. What? Okay. The one new thing I might be considering doing would be Spyro, the original Spyro the Dragon. Because I'm excited for the Reignited trilogy finally coming to PC. But beyond that, it would just be one of my lists of unfinished, which, I have like an actual list somewhere if you want to get that for Crunchy Pie. And there I go again. Generally, when I start something new, I'll start taking votes on Discord. Okay, I'm letting go of the control stick. Why is it suddenly not working anymore? Like, most votes only certain patron- See? It did it again! Most votes only certain patrons can access, but the votes for what game should I pick up next is generally accessible to everybody. Okay, there we go. That was very weird. This is quite a showing, isn't it? Yeah, like I said, it really just gonna depend. At the moment, I'm thinking I'm probably gonna try to finish up the leaf green randomizer since I'm actually fairly close to finishing that one. Oh, come on. Honestly, I think part of the main problem the rolling has is that it doesn't account... Like, even the tiniest tap of my control stick will send him sharply turning, which, even with the stiffness of the N64 controller, couldn't have worked very well. Okay, there we go. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on! Come on, Link, come on! Chest. Yes, okay. I am safe standing right here. So is there like a door I need to hit, or... That sends me back to the start. So where the heck am I going? Yeah, I do. I really don't know why it gives you hints for masks here. Okay, this is... I'm here, now what? Like, I don't know of... anywhere else I can go? Oh, I wonder. Whoop. Yeah, I'm not redoing that. That's why I saved while I was here. Stop here. Is there something over here? Okay, so you only ever needed to get far enough to hit one of these bridges, I see. Okay, I'm gonna need to gather some speed. And launch up over here. That was clever. That was very clever. Especially because you can actually see that from the heart piece platform, I believe. Alright. You want more masks? I got more masks. Here, have the creepy mask of someone's actual face. Yeah, the bunny hood is going to be the very last thing I give. I haven't actually been using it or anything, but... It's my mechanically favorite mask. So they don't get it till last. The final kid is over here. And he is going to want 4, I believe. Yeah, he's gonna want 4, which will clean out you on the rest of your masks. Oh, okay. Rabbit's actual nickname is Pie. I'm not chiding you or anything, because it's not something obvious, I'm just letting you know. So when you hear us talk about Pie, we're talking about Rabbit Kusabi. Here, have a mummy mask. I'm sure you'll appreciate it. So what is this challenge? This is the Stone Tower challenge. This is probably going to be a fight. I don't know why it's giving you rupees. This is probably going to be a fight challenge, I imagine. Let's see. I don't actually know what I'm going to need, but I'm stocking up ready anyway. Yeah, fight challenge. Against another Lizphos, okay. Why? The Great Fairy Sword is actually worse than what I have. The Gilded Sword's better than it. I'm not talking to you. You guys always just tell me useless crap I don't need to know. I will gladly, like, refight every enemy in the game except Wizrobe. I don't want to refight the Wizrobes. They're horrible and I hate them. Oh god, please don't let the stupid eyeball thing be in here. I will literally cry if I have to fight the stupid eyeball thing again. I will fight the Wizrobe before I fight the eyeball thing. I'm pretty sure we actually looked it up and we definitely confirmed that the Gilded Sword was better. But even if it's not better, honestly, I don't like the Fairy Sword. I don't like having to hit C right to attack. Okay, I got Bomb Chews, which is something I need to hit with Bomb Chews. Aha, there we are. I need to hold it for longer. 2, 3. Perfect. I'll use the Great Fairy Sword on the next one, though, I promise. I did want to at least show it off some, since I haven't touched it since I got it. That's clever. I like that. I like those kinds of puzzles. So many gossip stones. Did the Sheikah make this place? Hey, there's a heart piece. I don't know where the enemy is, though. Oh god, it's the stupid... Oh no, it's not. Okay. I just need to get a bomb chew up to the ceiling. Okay, I need to hold it for a couple seconds. 2. Ooh. Yeah, see, I like stuff like this. This is clever. That closes it, which should open the door. Excuse me, weird gossip stone. And here's the kid. So I guess I'm breaking my promise about the Great Fairy Sword. Oops, sorry. Because we got something way better to use after this. Here, you can have this stupid thing. And finally we give him the most awesome non-transformation mask in the game. So what existential crisis do you have for us? Something straight out of Persona. Okay. Alright, and now that we have turned all of our masks in, I believe we just need to talk to the Majora kid now. He should give us what I have been hoping for. See, I think you can't just straight up talk to him if you don't have the masks to start the final battle. Also, here is where this mistranslation... This is another reason this mask gets a mistranslated name. This is often mistranslated as Oni Link, and the good guys and bad guys is... In Japan, I believe, Tag... The person who is it in Tag is called the Oni. So when he asks about Tag, and he gives you the mask... People must translate it as Oni Link, but a fierce deity, as we discussed, I believe, in the last, or the video before that, a fierce deity is actually a type of Buddhist deity. It's a divine thing that is very kind. That's very kind to people, but merciless to the evil. Yeah, France's thing is a complete mistranslation. I'm just saying, is like, I think that's where France also got the mistranslation, because it's so easily mistranslated. Because I believe Pi told us that not just the fact he brought up Tag and being the Oni as being it, but fierce deity itself, like the actual kanji, is very easily mistranslated. But it is meant, even though it says it has dark powers, it is meant to be a divine mask. Speaking of which, let's show it off. We are the fierce deity now, and Majora is absolutely trivialized by being the fierce deity. Look at this! We're already in phase 2. And we kill these things in one hit. Also, you might notice something. We're firing sword beams. When you're at full health with the Fierce Deity, you fire sword beams. And yes, we're using a double helix sword as well. This is also why I bought the potion, so that I could just heal if Majora actually got a useful, or got a lucky hit in on me. You might notice that, swinging the sword beams also consumes our magic. That is the quote-unquote downside of the Fierce Deity, is that it consumes your magic, but, I don't really call it much of a downside, but that's also why I brought magic potions. Hey, guess what? That was the final boss. We're done. At least I think we are. I don't think he has another phase after this. Yep. So yeah, that is your reward for getting all of the masks and doing those little trials is the Fierce Deity mask, which utterly fucking trivializes the final boss. We're done. We beat the game. We've won. Majora could not even begin to put up a fight against the Fierce Deity. It's kind of great, and I personally find it absolutely worth it. Because Majora is actually a really tough boss, otherwise, from what I recall. But no, get Fierce Deity lock on, spam B, you win the fight. That is your reward for getting all of the masks, and it's so great. Yeah, actually, thank you for reminding me about that, Crunchy. I didn't think to. First of all, Dawn of a New Day. Though I would have preferred if it said Dawn of the Fourth Day, personally. I think that would have been more impactful. But the one drawback to the Fierce Deity mask is that you can only put it on in boss arenas. You cannot wear it anywhere else. The game will flat out restrict you. And there's actually an interesting side effect that comes from this. So when I was playing around once, I went ahead and used a cheat code to make myself into the Fierce Deity without having to put on the mask. He can't open doors. Like if you use that cheat code to load into somewhere where the only exit is a door, you have just soft locked yourself because the Fierce Deity can't figure out doors. Like, I know why they did it that way. He was never ever intended to be used outside of boss arenas at any point. And it automatically removes any mask you're wearing when you walk into the boss warp. But I still find it funny that this super powerful god creature can't figure out how to open a wooden door. So yeah, sorry, I was just talking over this truly moving cutscene. And I'm not actually I wasn't actually meaning to be sarcastic. I do find it kind of moving, but I don't really care that much about the Skull Kid. I do feel kind of sorry for him, but I just don't really have any feelings towards this kid. Also, this is implied that he actually is the same Skull Kid as when Link was a child. Why he doesn't recognize Link, we don't actually know. here's Creeper McCreepface. Picking that back up. I do like the fact that apparently the evil has completely left the mask because you purged it by killing it. So that's something. Skull Kid's really scared of him though, and so was Tael. Honestly, as creepy as he is, the game version isn't really hostile at all. I believe he says this if you get all of the masks. I'm not sure. And he just vanishes into thin air. Like, that's not an emulator glitch. That's intentional. He's not human. It is never explained what he actually is, but, what's one of the great mysteries of Majora's Mask? Also, maybe he wants to stay for the carnival, Toddle. You don't know. Don't be a prick. Also, Pona is moving in super slow motion. Both of the little fairies are crying. At least I think they're meant to be crying from the weird shivering they're doing. Yep, like I said, that is Majora's Mask. This is honestly still one of my favorite games of all time. It definitely has some rough patches, and it definitely has spots where it shows its age. But I still think this is a fantastic game. I still think this is one of the best games that has ever been made. And that's deeply stunning considering they only had 18 months to get this game out. Like, that's a shock and a half that they managed to make it this good with such a small amount of time. Like I said, I think it has problems. I think the camera is its main issue, and that's not a Majora's Mask problem so much as just an older game problem. There are a lot of older games that just don't really have good cameras, especially older 3D games. I do think it's not as awful as other game cameras, but it's still nothing I'd really praise. And like I said, the other main issue I have is the fact that some of the controls, especially for the Gerudo, are not very tight. Or Gerudo. There's Gerudo on screen. Some of the controls, especially for the Goron rolling, are not very tight. I think the Zora Link swimming is a little wonky. In general, it's actually pretty responsive once you get used to it, but it's kind of hard to get used to. The Goron rolling, though, just feels... It feels like it needed a bit more polish, but I mean, again, they only had 18 months to do the game, and it's actually perfectly functional, so... I'm not too upset about that one. Honestly, this game's major flaw, and the one major thing working against it, is just the entirety of the Great Bay Temple. The temple is not fun to play. The mini-boss is not fun to fight, and the boss isn't really fun to fight either. I think the boss could be more fun if you had a better camera, or it was a little easier to try to deal with him, but just everything about the Great Bay Temple is bad. Like, on top of not really being fun to play, it's just so ugly to look at as well. So it's just, that's honestly, I think, the absolute worst thing this game has, and the thing that is, the most against, like, works the worst in against its favor, however you say that. But honestly, if you like platforming games, and if you like, well, I say platforming games, but if you like collection games, if you like games that play like Legend of Zelda where you find items, you fight bosses, you do a little bit of platforming, play this game. Do yourself a favor and play this game. I can't recommend the 3DS version, and that's not saying, I'm not saying don't play the 3DS version, I'm just saying I can't make a recommendation for it because I've never played Majora's Mask 3D. And as I've discussed elsewhere, I never want to play Majora's Mask 3D. They just make some certain changes and things here and there that I don't really personally like it. It might be better if you want like a more responsive camera, a portable version, and a newer title. It might be better to go for the 3DS version, but my only recommendation I can make is for the 64 version. So, yeah. Maybe not 100% it the first time you go through, unless you really, really like putting in work for 100%. But play it. Definitely play it, at least. It's a really, really good game to play. Honestly, I think my favorite part of Majora's Mask is just the titular masks themselves. I have never seen a game before or a game since that works masks into the game in such a way that this game does. That works it to where you have transformation masks, to where your abilities and the range of areas you can actually get to are controlled by those transformation masks. And just the transformations themselves are cool. Honestly, I personally really like the dark tone this game takes as well. Like, I can understand why some people might not really like that very much, but I personally like the fact that it took a really dark tone with a whole lot of things here and there. Also, the mayor brought his chair to sit in outside here. I'm not sure why he did that, but he did that. And yeah, we never get to see Cafe's adult form. The game just says no, you don't get to see it. I lost my train of thought. But yeah, Majora's Mask is a fantastic game. I personally would say I think that this is the best Legend of Zelda game in the series. I really like Ocarina of Time, but it has quite a few issues. And I just honestly don't think that there was a game after this that was anywhere near as good as this was. And it's not really, I'm not saying that as nostalgia because we played through this, I accepted its problems, but essentially I've never had as much fun playing any other games after this as I've had as this, and I don't think any of the other games are anywhere near as creative and unique as this one is. So, yeah, this is definitely, I think, the best in the Legend of Zelda series at this point. Though I guess in full disclosure, I haven't played Skyward Sword, but Skyward Sword is fucking awful, and I would fight anybody who tells me otherwise. There's just so much wrong with it, both mechanically and plot-wise, it's just terrible. But yeah, that was Majora's Mask. And we get this cute little the end screen. And I'm mashing buttons and nothing is happening. I don't know if I need to reset the file or not. Or reset the game. Yeah, I think I'm going to go ahead and need to reset the game. There is one last thing I do want to show off before we end, though. And I am going to use a little bit of cheating to do this, but I can't really do it without using the cheating. Also, yeah, the game auto-saves, as you can see. Because we have the Fierce Deities mask in our inventory now. I think it auto-saves once Majora is dead. I don't know if you have to go through all the ending cutscenes or whatnot. But, let's see. I'm gonna go ahead and set the cheat up. Because I want to actually show you just how large the fierce deity is. Let's see. So let's see if this is gonna work. Yep. So by turning it on, you can become fierce deity Link anywhere. Well, like I said, he can't figure out doors, and he always has his sword out. Look how huge this dude is. Like, I just want you to look at this. I'm trying to break the Z targeting. Link is like, well, what did you figure out, Pi? Link's like 5'4" or something in adult form, but like, look at how gigantic the fierce deity is here. That's just really something else, I think. Honestly, I find it pretty awesome, as weird as it is, but, you know. So, also, I think it'll crash the games if I talk to him as the fierce deity. Let's find out. Nope, it just treats, Link as not actually... Technically, he treats Link as, being in normal kid form, but he won't ever despawn and let you out. Yeah! Link's like, I'm so tall! There's actually a thing you can do this tall, if I remember correctly. Yeah, you can just jump up here with Fierce Deity Link. Because it takes his hitbox into account when doing things, so you don't have to wait for the clock tower or do the whole moon tier thing. You can literally just jump right up here. Also, he's kind of floaty, if you didn't notice that, which is a little weird. Let's see if we can open a chest with him and see how badly that breaks the game. Like I said, this is kind of a neat code, but it doesn't really do anything for you. Ow. I think you can actually just climb up here. Yeah. You see the animations are a little glitchy because it's not quite right for it. I think I'm in the chest just fine. Alright. So let me go ahead and turn this off and turn that off. And when we transition again, they should have shifted us back to normal Link. Uh-oh. Okay, I can fix this. If you're gonna do the play as, you have to actually set the play as back to normal Link before it'll shift him back. He can't. Fierce Deity can't use any items. There we go. It's fine, you just had to use the cheat to turn the cheat off. It's not really a big deal. See, like, now I can use them just fine. There's one last thing I do want to show, though, besides this. So firstly, I need to put the ocarina on. I'm going to head my butt over to the store to grab a green potion, because I'm going to show you Fierce Deity versus the bosses. At least the first boss. The other bosses, since they have certain gimmicks that make it a lot harder to deal with them, they aren't really worth doing, but I'm going to show you Fierce Deity versus the first boss. Hi. Go ahead and pick up 2 of those. I don't anticipate needing the second one, but better safe than sorry when doing stuff. So let's get our butt over to Woodfall. But you've seen me fight the first boss, so you actually have a concept of how the first boss is supposed to go, so this is gonna be new. Yeah, you heard the buzzing noise before. I honestly think it just gives you a buzz if you try to put on the Fierce Deity mask outside of a boss arena, but we'll try it right now. And by right now, I mean once the cutscenes are over. Cutscenes. It didn't even give you a buzz, it just will not let you use it. Which I find kind of weird. I feel like it at least should have popped up a little text box the first time you try it in a cycle saying this cannot be used outside of boss arenas. Because people who didn't try would just not realize that that it can be used outside of Majora, just not anywhere outside of boss arenas. I really love the Moonin triangle armor he's got on. I don't really know what that's meant to signify. Boss is dead! So yeah, that is what Fierce Deity does compared to how that boss normally goes. So yeah, your attack power gets boosted way up in that form. One thing I actually like about the Fierce Deity is that it's not one of those you only got it for the final boss, sort of like at the very end useless kind of weapon. Because first of all, it's not useless for Majora because it absolutely humiliates Majora, as you saw. But the second one is because it only requires all masks, you can actually still use the Fierce Deity to pick up all the heart pieces you've missed, the bomber notebooks you've missed, the bottles you've missed. Like, you might not be able to use it, like, directly, but you can use it to finish off the bosses in a much faster way to get what you want. Because I believe Fierce Deity even does damage against the fish and the snakes. You just have to hit them, which is easier said than done. But as you might have noticed, the Fierce Deity's beams have a lot better tracking than your arrows. So yeah, that is the end of Majora's Mask. We've 99% of the game. 100% would actually be getting the Bomber's Notebook as well, which, quite frankly, fuck that. But, I showed off everything I wanted to show off, showed how much I love the game, and got to re-experience a game that I adored from my childhood. So, yeah, that'll be it. I have a bonus video I want to do, which I will be putting up on stream in a few minutes, so just sit tight and wait for that.